Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Sabres to the Future. This is a video on the channel that discusses and talks about the Sabres, future Sabres who have yet to don the Sabres jersey. And we're going to talk about one of my favorites once again, and here he comes. Yes folks, we are going to talk about Mr. Devon Levi. Let's take a look. And as you can see, he has just turned 21. Not too long ago. And you look at his numbers. They've dropped a little from last year. He had that crazy season last year where you see a .952 save percentage, 10 shutouts. And this year, he has a .929 save percentage and 4 shutouts. And the goals against last year, 154. This year, 232. Let's take a look at how he is doing. I will show you that clip, I guess, anyway. Anyway, I just talked about those numbers. As you can see, this is the year where we got to get this young man signed. Let's look at the game stats. All right. So take a look, guys. I would say from November on, it started getting a little worrisome, okay? Around November 11th, if you look there, he lets in 4 goals. He makes 36 saves, so 40 shots. Then he lets in 3 goals, 33 saves. Then he has a shutout. A 41 save shutout. An excellent shutout, obviously. But then look at the next game. 28 saves, 4 goals against, 33 saves, 5 goals against. This is not like Devon Levi, folks. And then we go down the list here. And then 13 saves, 3 goals against. He played a full game there too, and he lost. Look, 58 minutes. He wasn't pulled or anything. He only saved 13 out of 16 shots. Then he only saved 27 out of 30. Then he saved 33 out of 36. Then he saved 23 out of 26. And look at January the 1st. 26 saves, and he let in 8 goals. Since that shellacking, there is a wake-up that's happened. If you look, 1 goal against, 3 goals against, 1 goal against, shutout, 1 goal against, but he let in 4 recently. It looked like an overtime loss there, and 1 goal his last start. So I won't say he's struggling, but he's showing he's human. And that for us is not good news, but is it bad news? No, it's not, because maybe, just maybe, he'll be a little more flexible now to sign. Because, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah, the 8 goals against, when I seen that, I seen that a few weeks back, and I said, I got to make a video on this and talk about Devon Levi, because, we're not just going to talk about the good. We're going to talk about the struggles, too, that these our young prospects are having. And that he obviously had a bad game letting in 8 goals. I mean, then that game where he let in 3 on 16 shots. I mean, I don't know. He's obviously not on the roll like he was last year. I don't think it's hindering his development at all being down there. I think this is really good for him. The team might be a little weaker this year. Could be, could be some guys are gone. You know how it is. Teams change in every level. But I think Devon Levi right now, folks, is I think more than ever, maybe ready for the picking, ready to sit down and maybe talk to us. He might be frustrated the way this year has went and unfolded. He might be. He might be looking at it. I mean, the numbers aren't bad, guys. What did I say, 232 goals against? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But for his standards, 232 goals against, a .929 save percentage. It looks like Dominic Hasek numbers, right? Last year's numbers were insane, like 154 and .952, but he did start. Guys might recall that early in the year, he started with the same numbers as last year, and now he's went like this. So he's let in quite a few goals this year. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. 12 of his games this year, guys, he's let in 3 goals or more. It doesn't mean anything, but it's still almost half of his games. He's let in 3 goals. So if he didn't have that awesome start, his numbers wouldn't look as good as this either. But it seems like lately he's trending in the right direction again. But I guess that 8-goal game hopefully pissed him off, and it's got him going. Anyway, I will just discuss my opinion on him and leave it there, and we'll keep going, guys. I got a busy schedule up ahead today with videos, so I want to get on those. I think this is our goalie of the future still. I do. I think this is the guy that we're kind of all waiting on pins and needles. We're waiting to know when we're going to get this guy signed, you know? And I would be happy if we got him and Portillo signed, to be honest. I'd like to have all these guys signed. I mean, of course. But what are the odds that we're going to get Bolt signed? I don't know. I don't know. It might rub Portillo the wrong way if we sign Levi before him. You know how it works. These are young guys. Or, you know what I mean? This is something where I'd just like to see them go, sit down with him, have a good talk with him. And right after that, I'm sure Adams will do this too. Call Portillo and say, look, we got Devon Levi signed. You know, we think you're a great goalie and everything. It's just that when we were talking with you last time, we weren't close. What about now? Like, you know, like have this conversation with him and talk to him and see where he stands. But I would get Devon Levi locked in. Now, for me now, since we got Cousins signed, this for me is priority now of all the signings. Right now is this. This is priority. If we can get this young man locked in, we secure a huge piece, guys. And I'm talking a huge piece that even if we have to move him, we can get something for him. That means he's under contract. You get it? This is like an asset. For you young folks that don't get why I'm like always harping to get this guy signed, because this is an asset also. Even if he doesn't become a Buffalo Sabre, and I think he's going to, but what if he doesn't? I would prefer to have him signed. The Sabres obviously have that. I mean, it doesn't serve him any purpose, because I'm sure this guy knows by now that Kevin Adams is a type of man you can sit down and talk to him and say, I want to be traded. He's going to trade you. He's going to trade you. Like, he's not going to put up a fuss about it and give you a hard time. You know, he's probably going to sit down and calm you down about it and say, okay, Devin, we'll figure it out. If that is what it comes down to. I don't think it will, but let's say it does, folks. This is why it's important we get these assets signed. All of them, including Johnson. Also, you know, if we can get all these assets signed, then we can move them, and they're worth a lot more because they're under contract. You know, this is what drives me crazy. This is the stuff that keeps me up in the middle of the night, guys. When I'm thinking Sabres and my head's rolling, it's these kind of things that drive me crazy. So let's get this young man signed. Maybe something's up with him. I'm not saying he's playing injured. I'm not saying that, but maybe something's up with him. I don't know. For his numbers to fall like that, to look human like that, I'm kind of surprised this year. But anyway, it is... It is just where it's at for now, you know, like, let's hope that he comes on the Sabres and has these kind of numbers he has this year. I think we'd all be thrilled, right? All right, I got to keep moving, guys, before this camera and the battery run out. See you in the next one.